Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads: see the top politicians and top business leaders that Abba Kyari endangered with his health, their status and what they are up to now. See details. But before we go into the news proper and for the analysis, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. Abdullahi Ganduje, Governor of Kano State; Abba Kyari, Chief of Staff to President Muhammad Buhari; Aliko Dangote, billionaire businessman; Aminu Masari, Governor of Katsina State, were among those who attended the Fatiha of Hassan's son of Muhammad Adamu, Inspector General of Police. Hassan married Sumaya Goje, his fiancée, on Saturday 14th in Abuja, with most of the prominent personalities in Nigerian politics and business scene gracing the occasion. Kyari had traveled to Germany on Saturday, March 7, to meet with the officials of Siemens in the Monarch on the Nigerian electricity expansion program. He returned exactly 1 week later on Saturday, March 14th, but did not show any symptoms. Abba Kyari's health confirmation comes hours after it was reported that Kyari was seriously ill and suspected to have had the coronavirus. After the trips in Germany and Egypt, he has been confirmed to be positive, but the virus has killed dozens of persons. Subsequently, he voluntarily submitted himself for testing and was confirmed to be positive as at yesterday. Kyari has, however, gone into absolute isolation following the test result. But before he went on the isolation, he had met with quite a number of persons. And one of the people he has met with are those people we mentioned. And as we speak, Aliko Dangote's result is not yet out. He has submitted himself for testing, but the result is not yet out. But it will be out within 24 hours. Don't also forget that Abba Kyari also had a meeting with Yahaya Bello, who happened to be the governor of Kogi State. They had this is it prayer Fatima or something? I don't know the name of that prayer stuff that they had, and of which Abba Kyari not only shook hands firmly with him, they had a long talk. And well, the result of Yahaya Bello of Kogi is out, and he tested positive, unfortunately. Well, for Ekiti State Governor, I'm talking about Fayemi, the results will be out within 24 hours. He actually confirmed in his verified Twitter handle that he actually met with two positive persons, had in contact with two positive persons, and he has actually, also encouraged his aides and the people working with him to remain positive-minded, and they should also isolate themselves, which he has actually gone on self-isolation, awaiting his results, and he's quite positive-minded that he will come out negative, but the results will be out within 24 hours, and when it comes out, we'll definitely brief you up. And well, for President Muhammad Buhari, his result tested negative, but the symptoms are actually, he's showing heavy symptoms of positive persons like coughing and fever and all that. And the information reaching us is the fact that it was alleged that the two ventilators in Abuja Hospital, one has been transferred to Aso Rock for the same purpose. Anyway, we wish our president quick recovery on this, even though it has not been made public. He only made public the fact that he's negative, but he never made public that he's positive. But obviously, before now, he has always been a sick man. It's always either, if he's not going to London hospital for one checkup, he's going there for private visit. But whatever the case may be, wish him quick recovery, even though it's not supposed to be out on the media space. But for now, we were looking at Bauchi governor. He's actually very much positive. I'm talking about Bala Mohammed. Abba Kyari actually had for Obaseki, I'm referring to the Edo State governor, he actually has gone on self-isolation because actually he met with Abba Kyari within this space of time, and he also met with Bala Mohammed during a brief APC caucus meeting. In fact, I would even advise that all APC governors during the caucus meeting met with Abba Kyari. They should actually self-quarantine themselves because, the truth be told, they all had an encounter one way or the other with Abba Kyari, and for Obaseki. He has said to go on self-isolation, but he has not yet submitted himself for testing, but I think he should be on course to do that. Talking about governors who had encounter with Abba Kyari, talking about those who were in the same room with Abba Kyari, then we're looking at Hope Uzodinma, who was also among those who were in the brief APC caucus meeting. When we talk about this, sometimes some people remain silent, but I also feel that Governor Hope Uzodinma too should look into the fact that Governor Hope Uzodinma should also look into self-quarantining himself, because this particular stuff has no respect for anyone. If one or two persons who have had encounter with Abba Kyari have seemed to be testing positive, it's not out of place to demand that the governor of Imo State should also self-quarantine himself and also submit himself for testing. Yemi Osibanjo actually tested negative, even though he was in the same room with Abba Kyari. You see, it's still possible that some persons can still come out negative despite their presence or despite their contact with very positive persons. I think everything boils down to immune system and personal hygiene, I guess, observing some hygienic practices, personal hygiene practices. But then let's go to Shehu Garba, that's the senior media person of Muhammad Buhari. On his verified Twitter page, he said that he's very much satisfied with the health Allah have given him. But if you ask me, that is not a question. Nobody's asking if you're satisfied with your health or not. If you had checked one of our videos a day or so back, you will remember that Abba Kyari went in company of Shehu Garba to grace the occasion, hosted by Yahaya Bello, who happened to be positive. I'm talking about the Kogi State governor sometime on Friday. And now Shehu Abba Kyari has tested positive. Yahaya Bello has tested positive. I don't think it's out of place to demand also that Shehu Garba to self-isolate himself and also submit himself for screening. This thing is not, you don't need to keep hiding. The earlier you know, the better, so that you can self-quarantine yourself and start using medication. So giving us a coded English like I am satisfied with the health Allah has given me, it's not an answer. Nigerians demand to know what is happening. If you're positive, you need to reduce your exposure so that no other person would have such. Well, the likes of likes of Aliko Dangote has decided to do the needful by staying a bit off limit. He has submitted, as a billionaire philanthropist, has submitted quite a lot of money, to help combat this issue. But then we pray for safety for him, being the fact that he has been within the circles of power of those who have been infected. I'm talking about Abba Kyari. But then let's hope for the best for him. But for Shehu Garba, I would have advised that Nigerians should troll him on this matter, because if presidency has tested negative and showing symptoms of positivity, and allegedly we got from primetime journalists who allege that there are moves by Aso Rock to see how they can lift the president out of Nigeria to United Kingdom, talking about London, for better quality healthcare services that are actually not present in Nigeria here, and that the president has been coughing incessantly. And don't forget, he's an old man anyway, so it's possible that so many things, his immune system may not be as strong as it ought to be. So whether he has tested positive or not, but he claimed that we heard that he has tested negative, but then showing symptoms of positivity, with Shehu Garba being around the corner and Abba Kyari, I won't be wrong if we insist that Shehu Garba, the senior media person, should also submit themselves for screening. And the others as well, all the APC governors who have attended caucus meeting, and even Adams Oshomole had a brief encounter within the 14 days with Abba Kyari over this hoisting of, over the fact that they wanted to hoist him out as the national chair. And this whole thing all to boils down on the same issue. So I think basically all APC governors should please self-quarantine themselves. they should please as well submit themselves for screening. Let's know where we are per time. But for other issues coming up, we'll keep you updated over what goes on within the sphere of political terrain. But for the now, we have results coming out from time coming up. Yaya Bello is positive. The Bauchi governor Bala Mohammed is also positive. Yemi Osibajo is very much negative. Gaba Shehu, the senior person to the senior media person to presidency, said he's only satisfied with the health Allah has given him. He has never told us if it's positive or negative, but time will tell. This is a disease that has no respect. If it's showing signs, we will know. And that's basically for now. We'll keep you updated as the results keep coming up. Stay tuned for more updates. Let's meet our comment section. What do you think with the fact that APC governors all had a brief caucus meeting with Abba Kyari when he came back? What do you think will likely be the result? Don't forget that Yemi Osibanjo tested negative despite being in the meeting. Let's